Hello everyone, Kristian Hernández here with Sports Video Group. We are in a unique spot in the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We're at The Block with Nerd Street Gamers. I have the utmost pleasure to be joined with two individuals from the company. To my left is Todd Berman. To my right is Anthony Perno. Guys, thank you for, this is amazing. Thank you for having me here. The hospitality is great. Of course. I guess I can ask you right now, before I ask Anthony, how is it like being in this place so far?
I mean, honestly, it's just amazing. This has been 2 years in the making, and we couldn't be more proud of what we've been able to accomplish here and what we've been able to build.
Anthony, I asked you the same question. How has it been so far in this building?
This is an incredible experience, and in fact, there's nothing like this across the United States, and I have been across the entire United States. So I can tell you this is really a one-of-a-kind facility for esports, and I think this is really what's going to take the esports to the next level.
Right. We'll get into a little bit of that in just a second with Anthony, but I'm going to cross over the line to Todd. A lot of stuff is happening here, both internally, both externally with other vendors and other companies. Just give us, we were here for, 30 minutes, and you did not stop talking about what was going on, an abridged version in terms of the events that are here and the original content being generated from the space right now.
I mean, absolutely. Out of this facility, we really have two types of events. We have our own internal events, which culminate in championships twice a year to winter and summer championships, and we also do a lot of third-party events that are coming out of here for professional teams. Long story short is we have a broadcast center, a studio, and any tournament that's coming through here, we are streaming it live. Sometimes we are cutting it up for linear distribution, and we have the ability of having a different tournament each day of the week.
Like you said, versatility, bringing things out, bringing things in, a lot of technology in here, a lot of Ross video, a lot of PTZs from Panasonic, a lot of wireless stuff from Panasonic. It gives you a lot of endless possibilities. So no matter if there are spectators here, if anyone just kind of want to walk in and play a game off the street, they can. That's the unique thing about it. So we'll get back to you in just a second. I'm going to flip over to Anthony. The real estate and the kind of bringing this up from the top is a unique story. When you were talking about it, when I asked you what was in this place before, I won't give it away, but it was very unique. And just talk about I guess the challenges that you had to deal with in terms of the pandemic, the ease of the possibility to kind of have a free reign because nothing was here, spoiler alert, nothing was here. And just how did you build this during a time where a lot of stuff around the country and the world wasn't really getting built?
So let's start with what was here and what wasn't here. So this is an interesting thing. Esports breathes life into things, and this was vacant space into the 1970s. The last thing that occupied this space was a car dealership. So the area we're in were a bunch of cars. So it made it very easy to kind of retrofit the space because it was really wide open. The pandemic definitely provided some different opportunities and hurdles for us, namely supply chain. I think everybody in the country is screaming supply chain at this point, but it truly impacted us in the same way it impacted other people. One of the things, though, that enabled us to open up not only this store, but 9 other stores across the United States during this time frame, during a pandemic, was that we actually chose to purchase local. And so we had early on created some relationships here in Philadelphia with other suppliers like FKB, some of our contractors like Skunja Borst, and Populous, our architects, knew early on to try to figure out how to build stuff that was readily available so we weren't waiting on ships to come across the US. So I really have to thank all them and, and making sure this was possible. So it really kind of created a unique opportunity for us to really kind of roll forward and get this done and out in time.
Who knew? A Ford truck could probably be sitting right here right now at this point. Think about it, 20 years, do a quick math, 40, 50 years ago? Something could have just been sitting here. We had no clue.
Well, I'll tell you what, even before them, this building, because it has a unique history, was actually the support building for World War II. So before this was a car dealership, they manufactured Jeeps in this building and put them right on the railroad tracks below us, which is why this building has its own zip code. Right. And why all the telecommunications for the entire East Coast runs through this building. And one of the reasons why we chose this location, because the internet in here is the fastest you can get in the entire East Coast.
That's pretty amazing. Before I go back to Todd, talk about big picture, I guess, next year and beyond. Because while we were walking, you guys are still continuing to build. There's going to be a lot of things, above this floor. This is only the first floor. There's a lot of things to come. Who are you going to help out with these new rooms? What's going to be here by, I guess we can say, mid-2022 next year? What are the expectations for what's to come?
So a couple of things. One, the Sonics will be joining us here very shortly. This will become their homestand space, as well as their headquarters for their build-out. We're looking to add some additional studio space, which I'm sure Todd will tell you all about. He's very excited about that. And then we also have our headquarters will be here in Philadelphia on the 5th floor, a couple of stories above where we're at. And then across the U.S., we anticipate to grow our relationship with Five Below with our continued build-out of their retail stores. And then we also plan to do our own standalone stores. And then we have a partnership with CSL in developing new university models that we're working with them on as well.
Todd, back to the media side here. Like you said, there will be a new studio upstairs. When you think it's 2022, when we were walking around, I asked, hey, how many in total events you have a year? You said probably more than 300, which is incredible because there's only 365 days a year. Unless it's a leap year, there's 366, which makes you some leave room. Just talk about how proud you are of this space so far and the growth that this building allows you and the company and the rest of the people involved in this project to have moving forward.
So, I think the most important thing to note is that we built for scale. We are anticipating continuing to grow the business and continuing to grow the business at the same clips of which we've been running. In terms of, we'll start with what you said, the volume. I mean, if you look around at this space, there is a tournament that happens every day. Anthony mentioned it. We have 9 other locations throughout the U.S., so we are always streaming something, and that's just within our own internal IP or original programming. The reality is we also have a large third-party business. We produce for large-scale 4 letters networks, and we produce for a lot of pro teams, and that is something we'll continue to do. The infrastructure of what we've done here allows us to bring everything in and stream either remote or from LAN environments through this building or through others in a very integrated way. We were fortunate enough to be working with Beck TV and with Ross for integrated systems, and as a result, we're going to be more happy with what we have. Right now, we do have 1 control room and 1 studio. Anthony talked about what we're building upstairs, and frankly, we're going to have 3 different sets and continue to expand there. We want to end up being, at the end of the day, a 24/7 content generator, and this facility and what we're doing across the country will allow us to accomplish that.
I can speak for the rest of us at SVG and all our viewers. We are very much excited to see the success of this place and the things that continue to come out, just not next year, but like I said, moving forward. So Todd, thank you for your time. Yep. Anthony, appreciate your time. If you want to learn more about what's going on here at Nurse Street Gamers, please visit our website at sportsvideo.org.